से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. Let us please clap our hands, close our eyes and bow our heads. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswate Namaha, Shri Guru Charana Kamalabhyo Govindaye Namo Namah. Vakratundam Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Gajananam Bhutaganaadi Sevitam Kapitgajambo Phalcharu Bhakshanam Umaisutam Sro Kavinashikarakam Namami Vigneshwara Parapankajam Adideva Namostobhyam Prashidha Mama Bhaskara Divankaro Namostobhyam Prabhakaro Namostute Ya Kundendutashadahar Dhavala Ya Shvetrapastagritam Ya Vina Varadandamandadikara Ya Shubhrabastagritam Ya Brahmachutra Shankara Prabhiditi Devai Sada Vanditam Sama Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishchay Japa Vinadhare Vipula Mangaladhana Shile Bhaktarina Shri Viranchi Haresha Vande Kirti Prade Akhila Manurata De Mahade Vidya Pradayini Saraswati Nami Nityam Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvarthi Sadhike Sharanye Triambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantramurti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Samparam Mama Satro Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute Deepa Jyotir Namostute Om Shanti 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 Hari Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh पिता महादेवा। एकदंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, एकदंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, मस्तक सिंधुष होय मूष की सवारी, मस्तक सिंधुष होय मूष की सवारी। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। लधवन का भोग लागे संत करे सेवा, लधवन का भोग लागे संत करे सेवा। और चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, और चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। Once again, devotees, we have left our home this morning to come and visit the mandir. Binu satasanga vivekana hoi Ram kripa binu shilaban shoi. That in Ramayana it tells us that fortunate are those that has the opportunity to visit such holy pilgrimage, such as a beautiful mandir this morning, to come and pay salutations to Bhagavan. One may ask, who is Bhagavan? Who is God? Who is Bhagavan? Do we know who God is? Do we know that this beautiful murti is Bhagavan, is God? It gives us an image that we can focus our minds on. We pray to Bhagavan Shiva, especially on the night of Mahashivratri. We pray to Bhagavan Shiva, and Bhagavan Shiva looks so beautiful, but Shiv Puran tells us that Bhagavan Shiva has no form. So how do we know what form are we praying to? We pray to that image of Bhagavan. We pray to that image that represents Bhagavan. An image that we get lost into. You know, when we see something that's beautiful, we fall in love with it. For example, a car, we take an example as a car. We see a beautiful car. We fall in love with the car. See a beautiful instrument. If you're a musical instrument lover, you will fall in love with that instrument. Husband and wife, you see each other, you fall in love, right? So when we see something that's beautiful, we tend to fall in love with it. The car, for example, we see a beautiful car and we fall in love with that car and we want that car and we go buy that car. So how do we know what form Bhagavan is? God. The form that we will fall in love with. The scriptures gives us a beautiful description of Bhagavan, but how do we know that that is a true form of Bhagavan? We believe that Pawan Putra Hanuman is the son of the wind god. How do we know what air looks like? How do we know what air smells like? How do we know what air feels like? How do we know? By experience, right? We feel the wind, we pass our hands and we feel the air, we feel the wind. Can we see the wind? No. Can we live without the air? That's a trick question, you know. Can we live without the air? No. We cannot see it. We can maybe feel it. We cannot see it, but we cannot live without it. So isn't that like Bhagavan? Isn't that like God in our lives? We cannot see Bhagavan, but we can feel the presence of Bhagavan. And Bhagavan exists inside of us in the form of, starts with S, H, Shakti. Can we describe, if I were to ask you this morning to describe Shakti, can you describe Shakti? Can you describe Shakti? It's how you feel. Let's say, for example, you go and you touch this diya and you get burned. Can you describe the feeling of that burn? It's difficult to do, huh? You know you got burnt. You can show someone that I've gotten burnt, but nobody knows that feeling because everybody's pain tolerance for pain is different. So you're not able to describe because we can all touch that diya and we'll get a different sensation. We'll get a different feeling, right? We'll all describe it differently. So that's like God. We get that feeling within us and we're able to express differently. The bhajan beautifully says, Suraj na badla, chand na badla, na badla re aasman, kitna badal gaya insan. Dekh tere sansar ki halat kya hogi Bhagavan. That look how long, look how many millions of years the sun has been in existence. The moon has been into existence. The stars, the planets. And that has not changed. But you look at the quality of man, and the more we live here is the more we see. That's all. Long ago you could have made a deal with a handshake. Can we do that today? The judge will ask you a question, simple question. Where is it in black and white? Show it to me. And if you don't have it in black and white, it means nothing. Handshake means nothing anymore. Suraj na badla, chand na badla. Brings us to this morning's discourse. It's based on two words. Faith and trust. How does that relate to our everyday life? Faith, Shraddha. Trust, Bharosa. Vishwas. The Sanskrit meaning of trust. Vishwas. Bharosa. Two very simple words that has so much of meaning to it. So much of meaning to it. So we'll have faith. I'm sure that many of you have faith within me. That's why you're here this morning. Not so? You have faith in me. So you all left your homes to come and visit the mandir. Right? Yes? No? That's an iffy question. And it's iffy because you don't have faith in me. You're following my directions. Your faith is in Bhagavan. You have faith in Bhagavan. Don't have faith in me. Because I could be misleading you. Don't have faith in me. Have faith in Bhagavan. But follow my directions. I will take you along the way. But I cannot get darshan for you. Not because we fall at the feet of the Pandit, we get darshan. No. You fall at the feet of Bhagavan. Pandit is he is that director. He's giving you directions. He's helping you along the way. If you go to the doctor, if you're sick and you go to the doctor and you have a cough, the doctor will tell you what medicine to use. That's all. He will direct you which medicine to use. It is up to you to be able to use the medicine to get you better. If you take the antibiotics one day and 2 days and you say, you know what, this doctor is a real quack, he don't know what he's doing. Let me go find a next doctor. And the next doctor, he gives you a whole set of bush medicine and he tells you, go and drink this and you go feel okay. You go and you take all that bush medicine and it didn't work. The third doctor might tell you, you know what, you need some rest. You need to go home and relax and drink some orange juice and you'll be okay. 3 doctors don't know what they're doing because they cannot cure your sickness. We want our sickness to be cured today. We have cold today, we have cough today. We go to the doctor and we expect it to see results today. Does it work that way? No, it doesn't work that way. So what makes you think that prayers work that way? There's a tricky statement, eh? What makes you think that prayers work that way? That you have a problem, you come to the Mandir and you give a donation to the Mandir and Pandit does, who knows what he does, and he sends you home. Who knows if your prayers will work? Will it work? If you keep at it. But here's the key. The key is not only when you have a problem to come and look for Bhagavan. That's the key. To keep that flames going. I use an example on Shivratri night that we have Bhagavan that dwells inside of us in the form of a pilot light. And if we don't crank the gas up, that pilot light means nothing. It would not give you enough heat. We all have a pilot light in our homes, in our boilers at home. But if you don't turn up the thermostat, or you don't turn up the heat, or you don't open the gas, what will happen? Nothing. The pilot light will keep going. And this is why it is important that when we come to Mandir and we go to Mandir and we light our diyas in our home, that we have that repetitive recitation of mantras. So faith. You have faith in me that you followed my directions this morning to come to the Mandir. But you must have faith in Bhagavan. Coming to the Mandir and Pandit helping you and directing you and showing you is good. But it is up to you. You have the call, not me. We all need the help from Bhagavan. If we were to take that word faith, Shraddha, belief, and we were to insert it into our scriptures, what will we get? Bhagavan Shiva, we start with him. He had faith that the world will revolve again. He has created Vishnu Bhagavan to build the world. नारन ही विंदन ही ना करम न काल अलग पुरुष के जीवन ही शब्द कहाँ से आया? That Brahma ji came from the navel of Bhagavan Vishnu. And so that recitation keeps going and going. So when will the world come to an end? At the end of Kali Yuga. If we were to take that same word and we were to insert it into Ramayana, faith. Maharaj Dasrath had faith in his son that he will go and he will live in the forest happily and safely for 14 years. But he said, if my life depended on it, I will not give up my words. I've given you my word. I will not take it back. Pranavai raghu ko larita sada chalyai, pranavai chal vachana na jai. That if my life has to come out of my body, I will give you my life. But I will always stand by my word. This is why it is very important that when we say we're going to do something, we must not fall back on it. We must do what we have to do. Right? Faith. people will have more faith in you. People will have more faith in me. Let's say, for example, I tell Didi, Savi, I'm coming next week to do puja by your house. And next week rolls around and I'm in Trinidad. Will she have faith in me? Very simple question. Will you? She probably wouldn't even call me back. Because she has lost that faith. She has lost that faith. Do we want people to lose faith in us? We have trust within family members. And when we lose that trust, we will gain back the trust, but it will take a lot of doings. Not so? It will take a lot of doings for us to build back that trust. It wouldn't happen overnight. It wouldn't happen over the weeks. Eventually it will come, but the individuals that is involved has to be able to show that trust. They have to build that trust back. Maharaj Dasarath had faith in his son that I'm sending you in a forest and you'll be okay. If my life depended on it. You call me to your home to do puja and you have faith in me that I will show up. I might be a little bit late, but that's okay. But you have faith in me that I will come and I will do what I have to do. Don't lose that faith. That Uncle Mohan tells me, Pandit, I'm coming to the Monday to get everything set up. I have the faith and trust in him. Not when we come and program is ready to start, he's now trying to lay out chairs because we didn't trust him and he failed in his trust and his belief, right? Those words go a long way. And those are simple words. 2 5-letter words. Faith and trust that has so much of meaning to it. Has so much of meaning to it. Bhagavan Krishna in chapter 15 verse 10, he tells to Arjun, he says that you must have that belief in me that I exist and I will help you. Listen to the words carefully. We must have the belief in Bhagavan that he exists and he will help us. Isn't that powerful words? That every day of our lives, we live by these words. I have faith in my brother Shami that he will go to work every day. He might be a little bit late, but that's okay. But he's going to get the job done. Not so? But it is up to him to be able to keep that trust and that belief within me and him to have that open relationship. And that works with everything else in the world. It works with everything else in the world. 2 simple words. Trust and faith. Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna that I am time, I am the destroyer of all. I have come to consume the world, I've come to resurrect the world. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyutanam idharmasya taratmanam shijamyam. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashayam katuchkitam. Dharma sanskar panataye shambhavami yuge yuge. Bhagavan Krishna tells to Arjuna that whenever there is a decline in Sanatana Dharma, know me to be most present. Know me to be most present. Whenever there is a decline in Sanatana Dharma, know me to be most present. That works with our everyday life. When we're seeing trouble in our lives, and we go to Bhagavan, we expect Bhagavan to help us through our trouble. We expect Bhagavan to show us the pathway. Bhagavan will help us. He will show us the solution. He will show us the pathway that we must tread on to find solutions. You know, like the Kabir Das once said in a beautiful bhajan, Dhobya jal beech me gayo. The Dhoban, in the water, he's washing his clothes, but he's asking, where's the water? He's in the water and he's washing the clothes. Where's the water? And this works with our life as well. Sometimes we have it in front of us and we're asking the question. We have to open our eyes and we have to, Bhagavan gives us the answer, but we have to, it's like a puzzle, you know, we have to find the answers. We have to put it into play. We have to put it into play. But key element this morning, have trust and never give up in faith. Never give up in faith. Sometimes we may feel like things not going our way. Sometimes we feel like Bhagavan is, he doesn't exist. That is our feeling. But never, Bhagavan is testing us. Never give up in faith. He puts us through all sorts of tests, you know. Every day of our lives is a test. But he's testing our trust and our faith. Never give up in that. So, open floor this morning. When I did a search on faith last night on Google, it told me something very simple. Having complete trust and strong belief in what you do. Trust. Based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Simply means that we must have trust in what we're doing and belief that Bhagavan exists. Because we can feel that belief and that trust within ourselves. We can feel that trust within us. It is like putting our hands on a diya and getting burnt. If you tell a child, don't touch the diya, you will get burned, what will the child do? Did you savvy? What will the child do? He will touch the diya. He wants to know what burn is. You telling me don't touch so I don't get burned. I want to know what burn is. Let me experience it. But that is okay. Because sometimes they have to get burned once or twice to be able to learn. Marvin, I'm sure you get burned a few times.
It happens with adults too.
Yeah, willingly and unwillingly.
Because they don't believe what you tell them.
Right. Happens all the time.
Happened to me last week with an adult. She's making a cup of coffee for me. And she says, I don't think it's hot yet. What is not hot? I said, it is. I said, touch it and see. And she put her finger in it. I said, is it hot? An adult.
Isn't that a living example? I said, it happens to us every day of our lives. Sometimes we don't trust and believe our own minds. Sometimes we get carried away with our own trust and our own belief. I'm going to read something to you that I actually got last night. And I thought this was very, very ironic. I'll make sure I'm reading the right thing. For matter of fact, you know what? I think I'll have somebody else read it. Who wants to volunteer this morning? Marvin, come. Hmm? Sanjay? Okay.
Screenshot. No, just send it.
Oh, come get the. No, I can't screenshot it. It's a little bit too long. You don't have to read the bottom part of it, but I just sent it to you.
A voyaging ship was wrecked during a storm at sea, and only 2 of the men were able to swim to a small deserted like island. 2 survivors, not knowing what else to do, agreed that they had no other recourse but to pray to God. However, they found out praying was more powerful. They agreed to divide the territory between them to stay on opposite sides of the island. The first thing they prayed for was food. Next morning, the first man saw a fruit-bearing tree on his side of the island and was able to eat the fruit. The other man parceled up a piece of land barren. After a week, the first man was lonely and decided to pray for a wife. The next day, there was a woman who swam to his side of the island. On the other side of the island, again, there was nothing. Soon the first man prayed for house, clothes, more food, and the next day, like magic, all of these things was given to him. However, the second man still had nothing. Finally, the first man prayed for a ship so he could leave with his wife. In the morning, he found a ship docked at his side of the island. The first man boarded the ship with his wife, decided to leave the second man on the island. He considered the other man unworthy to receive God's blessings, since none of his prayers has been answered. As the ship was leaving, the first man heard a voice from heaven booming, "Why are you leaving your companion on the island? My blessings were mine only, since I was the only one prayed for them," the first man answered. His prayers were all unanswered, and he doesn't deserve anything. You are mistaken, the voice rebuked him. The only one prayed, which I answered. If not for you, you will not receive any other blessings. Tell me, O God, the first man answered. What did he pray for? Should I owe him anything? He prayed that all your prayers be answered. For all we know, our blessings are not fruits, but our prayers only, but those of another praying for us. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. All right, Sanjay, bring me the mic back. So should we analyze this poem analogy? 2 men got stranded on an island. They both decided that they're going to pray to God because that was their only way out. One man prayed every day of his life and he prayed for everything else, while the other man offered one prayer, that may his prayers be answered. And at the end of the day, the one's prayers that got answered wanted to leave the other one behind because he did not. He thought that he was not fulfilling his end of the bargain. Isn't that the way that life is? We're not worried about ourselves. We're worried about everybody else. We're not worried about ourselves. It's okay if the ship is sinking. Let me don't worry about me. I'm going to worry about everybody else. I'm going to see who's going to survive. You're not worried about you surviving. That's life. That is what we endure every day of our lives. That is what we see every day of our lives. It's no different. So that one man had envied the other person because he thought he wasn't praying as hard as he was. unknowingly that this man has prayed for me, that may all of my prayers be answered. One prayer. We're worried about everything else. That's life. Sometimes we have to take a step back and don't worry about the neighbor, worry about yourself. Worry about you. Forget about the neighbor, they will survive. But worry about you sometimes. Life is too short. If Mahatma Gandhi did not have trust and belief and faith within his country, he would have been a one-man tribe still struggling. But at the same time, the country had faith within him. That this man is leading, let me follow his lead. He knows the road. There's a beautiful doha that says, Andha Guru Bhair Chela. That if the Guru is blind, how could the Chela follow the path of the Guru? If the Guru is blind, how could the Chela follow the pathway of the Guru? That's life. We're seeing it every day of our lives. And the more we live, is the more we see. Uncle Mohan, has life changed from 50 years ago?
Yes.
It has. You must be living in a different world. Yes, life has changed. The trust and the belief and the faith has gone downhill. Has gone downhill.
50 years ago, we don't have lock on the doors. Now we got many locks.
Not one, not two, but many. We don't have one, we don't have two, we have many. You know, we went to the movies last night. Saw a very interesting movie. Called what? What's the name of the movie? Hotel Mumbai. Very, very interesting movie. If you haven't seen it or you haven't heard about it, you should go see it. And tell me how does trust and faith rolls into that whole movie from the beginning to the end of the movie. Trusting someone. If a blind man is taking direction, then you're leading a blind man, he's following your lead. And if you mislead him and you misdirect him, who is at fault? You. So my job is to lead you. And if I am misleading you, then whose fault is it? My fault. Because I am leading the disciples. And that goes with everything else that revolves around us. Within our job, within our homes, we must have trust and faith. Because if we don't have trust and faith, we'll have a broken home. That's all. We must have that trust and faith. Between husband and wife, we must have that trust and faith. Between parents and kids, you must have that trust and that faith and that belief. That from the first day of that child's life, the parents is guiding that child. And when we mislead that child, what happens? When we mislead a child, what happens? They end up in problems, no? They end up in jail, they end up in prison, they end up in the morgue, they end up, who knows? I was having a conversation recently, this is probably about 2 days ago. And very simply, it was a conversation about legalizing guns and parents and children. You look at the news and you see so many children, kids, I'm talking primary school kids taking the school guns. Who is to blame? The child? The parents is to blame. But if the laws were to change and you were to put the parents in charge and penalize the parents for the punishment, would that continue to happen? No. Things will change. Parents will, first thing they'll say, you know, I don't go in the kids' room and the kids, they want their privacy. Come on. Did we have privacy when we were growing up? Did we have any privacy when we were growing up? Who is paying the mortgage? Correct. What privacy you want for kids? This is why they go astray. Lack of supervision. And it starts at the home. I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I've said it many times. It starts at the home. Discipline of a child starts where? At the neighbor's house? No, at home. Keeping control, keeping tabs on that child. Knowing the whereabouts of, and being able to be in charge. Who's in charge? The parents or the 5-year-old or the 10-year-old? Kid goes to the store and he wants an ice cream and the parent says no, and he starts falling on the floor and he starts doing what they call it when snow falls? Angel? What? Starts rolling on the floor. Who is to blame? Parents. Not the child. The child is doing what he does best to get attention. And it is up to the parents to discipline that child. Having that trust and that faith and that belief. So this morning we'll take a few minutes just to get your views on trust and faith. So, Didi, you want to start?
We can trust ourselves. We can trust other people.
Some people don't trust themselves.
But if they don't trust themselves, you can trust them. That means you have faith.
Correct.
You trust in that other person.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever it is, suppose that other person has other, their faith is different. It's not what you,
Correct.
how you trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Their own destiny is there for them. That you would think that you trust in them and they hurt you, and you feel like, what did I do? Why did they hurt me? I trusted them so much. But their destiny is somewhere else, so.
Well, not their destiny. I think their intent is
Well, their intent,
somewhere else.
Sometimes they don't intend to, but whatever they do, they can't control. They don't have enough faith. They don't have enough trust in themselves. So and then we see that in another person. I could see Uncle Moen, I trusted him so much, but he wasn't there for me. But he wasn't thinking about me. He had other things he was thinking about.
So then what happens if someone mistrusts you or make you lose that trust and faith in them? What happens to the next person that comes along?
To who? To me or
To you.
To me?
Yeah. Your
Well,
guards will
if
go
I
up.
have enough,
Right?
if I have enough faith, I will do it again
Mm-hmm.
with someone else. Like you drop one friend because they hurt you, but that doesn't mean you're gonna stop having friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you're gonna go on, and then maybe you learn like that what this person didn't do, and then you come back to that same person. It has happened, but you come back to the same person and say, you know what, they didn't mean any harm,
Mm-hmm.
but they were not on my level that to
Right.
give me back what I was giving to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't mean you're not going to trust anybody else. You have to have enough faith that, okay, if I got disappointed here, I'm not going to stop talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to stop trusting everybody. And if they didn't do something one time for me, that doesn't mean, I mean, you still, that's when they say you forgive them. Maybe they weren't even thinking that they were hurting you.
Well, sometimes they have motives.
Yeah, there's sometimes.
Sometimes there's motives.
Yes.
Okay. Uncle
But then
Mohan?
sometimes you
Oh,
find that
sorry.
a person is just like that.
Yes.
They don't even know what they say, but they say over and over and over. They never learn, they never change.
Correct.
But that means I want to change them. And I can't change someone else. I can change myself, but I cannot change someone else.
Correct.
Something that something drives you crazy that one person does. After a while, like you said, time change, I understand and it doesn't even bother me anymore. I mean, it's like sometimes it's not even hurting them, it's hurting you more if you think about it. Because
Correct.
they don't, they're nothing, their intention wasn't to hurt you, but that's how they are.
Yep. Correct. Uncle Mohan?
Well, I don't have much to say, but I mean, trust started from birth. When a child born, start getting certain things from the parent, then the child will always trust the parent
Mm-hmm.
for everything. And then the trust then becomes faith, because the child know if I want something, I go to my parents, I will get it. So in like manner, we develop that kind of trust and faith for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And from my experience, with faith, you could achieve anything. Trust and faith, you could achieve anything. And from birth to death, that is what rule our life.
Trust and faith.
That's all.
Correct. Auntie, you good? Am I good too, you know? It doesn't work for you. You want a mic or you?
No, I'm good. Trust is something that's easy to lose but hard to win.
Repeat what you said? Can you put that in writing for me, please?
It's easy to lose but hard to get.
Marvin?
I think trust is earned, and once it's broken, it takes a long while before you can get back to that point. I guess with faith, it's the same. You need to have faith.
I think it depends on the individual. Some people like myself, I think it's very easy to trust. I don't think it's difficult to trust someone as long as you trust God. Because I believe first and foremost, if you trust the person around you, it's very easy to trust everybody else. And if your trust is broken, you still move forward and you still continue to trust that person because you feel like you have this.
Bond.
You have this shield or this where you it's easy to trust me. I know it's different from me. So when they say it's easy to lose, it's okay. Move on. Yeah,
You gotta trust yourself in anything that you do. And after that trust, you gotta have faith.
Okay?
That's what, you just gotta have that faith. Otherwise, if you don't have that faith, you lose that trust.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that faith to move forward. That's what.
You just answered it?
You just answered it.
Well, I have trust and faith that somebody is going to come rescue me. Mr. Bastian.
Well, I have to agree with what Dr. Mohan said. Trust and faith starts as a child. We as children trust and have the faith in our parents to nurture us and put us in the right path. as we evolve as children, we develop our own definition of trust and faith. And at that point, we can foster it and push it forward. Again, with trust, my experience with trust is I don't really lose trust in folks. I get disappointed in the actions that they provide, but the trust is always there. I think that goes back to foundations. If you have the proper foundations for faith and trust, you go on life with normal. I mean, I'm not going to have someone that I lose trust in change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And linking that with religion, I think, different point.
Okay. But yeah.
My view of trust is in the presence, in present tense I would say, then it can be tested.
Mm-hmm.
And faith is something which is unknown, and mostly it is something which is based on, like you can test an hypothesis, but you cannot say that it can be tested. It is a blind faith, as you call it, that there's something for the future, you try to, follow that, and it gives you your internal strength and focus for the future, but you cannot test it.
Very well said. Bhabiji?
For me, the trust is trusting the universe. Universe knows what is best for me. And just trust that feeling.
Okay, very good.
Trust is how much faith you have.
Correct.
If you don't have faith,
Mm-hmm.
you can't trust. And if you trust and you get hurt, we're talking about humans. But you have to trust in God. And not half of us
Mm-hmm.
have that
Correct.
much trust to believe that we have the faith to
Mhm.
trust people. All of us are here, we can't say 100% we trust everybody because we don't have that faith enough to trust, because it's so scary that you don't know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we can't see God.
Correct.
But when we talking about human beings that we can see, it's different when you have the faith. The faith is spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
The trust is, we think we trust in people, in human beings, physical human beings.
But we also lose trust in community,
Right.
in the world, like Bhabiji said, the universe, right? I'll give you a perfect example this morning of something that's very simple. But to me, it means a lot to me because I am looking for end results. When you go to buy something, let's say for example, you go to buy a bottle of perfume or cologne, right? And you're expecting to get a particular smell from that cologne, and it smells like something else. You would lose trust in that company, right? I'll show you something this morning that's very simple. But for me, I've lost trust, right? Can you tell me the difference with these two? Hmm?
What's the price?
One strike.
More genuine, left is genuine, I guess.
One stripe?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were to just look at this in the store, will you be able to tell the difference?
Printing is
Something as simple as this. One is counterfeit and one is not. Something as simple as this, right? The counterfeit one does not give you the smell that you're looking for and that you're used to, whereas the real one gives you what you're hoping to pay for. right? The counterfeit one costs more than the regular one. Isn't that something ironic? Right? So the next time I go to the store and I'm buying incense sticks, I'm going to want to open the box and check, right? And I'll show you how simple it is to check, to figure out the counterfeit one. You don't have to light it. Very simple. Has a green marking on it, whereas the counterfeit one does not. Something as simple. Well, I must have grabbed the correct one. But the counterfeit one has no green. Right? So the next time I go to the store and I'm intending to buy a box of incense sticks, something as simple as this. If you're used to what you're used to, and you take it home and it smells like something else, you're going to get upset. Right? Let's say, for example, you go to the store and you buy a really expensive Louis Vuitton bag and you take it home and the tag falls off. Then you're going to lose trust and faith. Right? So trust and faith deals with every day of our life. Every day of our life. It deals with every day of our life. These two words we use every day of our life. Whether we use it spiritually, whether we use it on a daily basis, whether we use it in our homes, but it's two words that we use every single day of our life. Prem se bolo Syamat Ramchandra ki jai. I will sing just the chorus of this song because I'm put on to the test. Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram madhuraripati. Hridayam madhuram vadanam madhuram hridayam madhuram vadanam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram madhuraripati akhilam madhuram. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. So on Friday was a very special day. Darshan, you know what Friday was? March 29. Very good. That was a very good day.
He said it was karma.
Right? Mother teaching you well. But it was also your birthday, right? You forget? You have to change it?
No, you have to change your birthday. Just change your celebration.
Okay. But it was still your birthday.
How old you was?
From 129 back to
Okay. So we wouldn't change your birthday, but we'll sing a birthday song for you today, right? So we want to wish you a happy, happy birthday and many, many more to come, right? So Friday was Darshan's birthday and he celebrated 21 years on Friday. Happy birthday to you. You're supposed to say happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Darshan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Darshan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Darshan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. How old did you turn? 21? 5. Okay, well, happy birthday, and may Ma Durga continue to bless you and give you education, and for you to continue to grow into a handsome young man, right? Anything you want to say on behalf of your birthday? Okay, you're welcome. If anybody else is celebrating their birthday, happy birthday to you. And Sanjay celebrating birthday? So it brings us to a few programs that I've actually just recently booked within the last hour. One is on Friday the 11th. Friday's 11th, right? Friday the 11th, we'll be doing Jagran from 8 p.m. until 12. Huh? 12th. Friday the 12th, we'll be doing Jagran right here at the Mandir from 8 p.m. until 12. The 13th is Sunday morning service. So that's the 8th, no, the 12th, and the 14th. 12th is Friday, 14th is Sunday. So 12th, 8 p.m., finishing at 12, and then on the 14th, 10 a.m. until 12. Hanuman Jayanti Day, the 19th of April, we'll be doing Hanumanji's Puja from 7 p.m. Until we get done. Normally it lasts until about 10. So bring your prasad and your fruits and your offering that you'd like to make for Hanuman Jayanti, which is on the 19th of April. That is a Friday as well. So please, those dates will be sent out to you. And again, that is the 12th of April, 8 p.m., 14th of April, 10 a.m., and the 19th of April, Hanuman Jayanti, at 7 p.m. we'll be doing Hanumanji's Puja at the front. So please bring your prasad and your fruits and your offerings to make for that day. If you have brought your flowers and your fruits this morning, please bring it up to the Ganesh Murti. In the meantime, we'll have a bhajan or two. Thank you very much. प्रेम से बोलो श्यापति रामचंद्र की जय, मापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। The bhajan says, टूट गई है माला मोती बिछड़ गई, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, टूट गई है माला मोती बिछड़ गए, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, टूट गई है माला मोती बिछड़ गए, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, दो दिन रहे करे साथ जानी किधर चले, टूट गई है माला। That the mala has broken and the beads has fallen all over the floor. No one knows the outcome of the beads if they will ever knit back together. And this relates to our life. That we live in the world for 2 days and we leave and we go, what will we be remembered as? Who will we be remembered as? And only we can determine that by our karmas and our actions in this world. Prem se bolo Siyapati Ramchandra ki jai. So again, devotees, just a quick recap on this morning's discourse. It's based on 2 words, trust and darshan. What's the other word? You get here late? That's a good excuse. Trust and faith. Right? Trust and faith. Next service will be April the 12th, Jagran from 8 p.m. until 12 a.m. Sunday the 14th from 10 a.m. and then April the 19th, which is Hanuman Jayanti, from 7 p.m. until. Prem Sabolo Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. Let us stand for Arati. Varnanamarata Sangharam Rasaram Chandasamapi Mangalaram Chikartaro Vande Mani Vinayako Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhaktjanon ke sankat Dasjanon ke sankat Janane dur Om Jai Jagadish Hare Hari Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jo jave pal paave dukh bin se man ka Swami dukh bin se man ka Sukh sampatti ghar aave Sukh sampatti ghar aave Kasht mite ghar ka Om Jai Jagadish Hare Maaj Vinar शरण कहूँ जिसकी स्वामी शरण कहूँ जिसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा प्रभु बिन और न दूजा आश करूँ जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता ठाकुर तुम मेरे स्वामी ठाकुर तुम मेरे अपने हाथ उतारो अपने शरण मिटावो ग्वाल परम तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विधि मिलो दया में किस विधि मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विधि मिलो दया में किस विधि मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे हरि ओम जय जगदीश जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबको प्राणपति। किस विधि मिलो दया में, किस विधि मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे, स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे। अपने हाथ उतारो, अपने शरण मिटावो, ज्वाल परम तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटावो, ज्वाल परम तेरे, स्वामी ज्वाल परम तेरे। श्रद्धा भक्ति भरावो, श्रद्धा प्रेमी भरावो, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे। हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे। हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री जब चार त्रय पयंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार त्रय पयंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवल हारा तू, और कोई न केवल हारा तू। फिर तू ही मेरा पान करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण करती सबकी आशा, पूर्ण करती सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा जान करे, स्वामी जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। भज मन नारायण नारायण नारायण, भज मन नारायण नारायण। स्वामी नारायण नारायण नारायण, स्वामी नारायण नारायण। भज मन नारायण नारायण नारायण, भज मन नारायण नारायण। स्वामी नारायण नारायण नारायण, स्वामी नारायण नारायण। श्रीमन नारायण नारायण नारायण, श्रीमन नारायण नारायण। श्रीमन नारायण नारायण नारायण, श्रीमन नारायण। भज मन नारायण नारायण नारायण, भज मन नारायण। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, जय नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, जय नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि। नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय प्रभु, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय प्रभु, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद। जय नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, जय नाथ नारायण। नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय प्रभु, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय प्रभु, नमः शिवाय। नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री यन वासुदेवा प्रभु यन वासुदेवा आयन वासुदेवा प्रभु यन वासुदेवा यन वासुदेवा यन वासुदेवा नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय प्रभु नमः शिवाय ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजं चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरम् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम सोलस्यावति रामचंद्र की, उमापति महादेव की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। प्रेम सोलसी सत सनातन धर्म की। हर 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 महादेव, हर 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 महादेव, हर 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 महादेव। आसन लीजिए, प्लीज take your seats with his